Welcome to Blowing Solutions Wide Open, where we're talking about all things spiritual, as well as creating new systems in the area of healthcare, finance, government, education, new environmental practices, and anything that helps the planet or helps humanity. My name is Addie, and I want to talk to you guys about the scheduled economic boycotts for the month of July. I'm running a little late. Sorry about that. But if you don't know about this, you can head over to the peoplesunionusa.com. There's a person named John Schwartz who's organized all these boycotts. He does a good job of explaining kind of his motives for that and why he's doing this. But anyway, I'm going to get right to it. There is a scheduled economic boycott for July 4th. And it's just a full-blown blackout, which means we don't shop any major corporation that day. And then as far as the whole month of July, there is a suggestion to boycott Amazon, Starbucks, and Home Depot. Now with Amazon, it's a little trickier because there's a lot of things attached to Amazon, such as the companies Zapatos, Kindle, Prime, Whole Foods Market, and I do know that there's quite a few others that I'm just not remembering right now. But anyway, basically that's it. That's what the suggested economic boycotts are about this month. The whole idea that I got involved with this has to do with the fact I'm going to try not to go too deep into this, but has to do with the fact that we've kind of learned, many of us, that there has been I would say a group of people. I don't know how many. They hide in the dark. They hide behind their public figures. They let their public figures take the fall for what they're doing. Not that a lot of those public figures don't kind of deserve taking the fall too, but they're a group of people. They're trillionaires. They are basically running everything. They have been for thousands of years. They run our media. They run the political parties. They run Hollywood. They run, everything that's got big dollars attached to it. They are definitely behind these businesses that we are boycotting. And we're starting to realize that we don't like the job they've been doing. We've been lied to. We've been deceived. It starts with early education. And it's just enough is enough. I mean, we're seeing the imbalances in our world now as a result of some pretty, nasty, selfish people kind of controlling everything. And so the reason I thought that this boycotting thing is a good idea is that fighting back with these people who've created all these systems. They run all the systems that I mentioned in the beginning of this video, by the way. Fighting back with them is not a real effective thing for us. They've got these systems so integrated into our world that it's just going to be hard to fight back. It's going to be hard to get around them. But when we pull our resources, when we pull our finances from them, it's legal, it's peaceful, and there's nothing they can do about it. And so I think this is a good way to take power back. I think this is a good way to take the economy back. And it really sends a clear message to these businesses that you either clean up your act or we're not supporting you anymore. And that has a lot to do with, they need to start paying livable wages to their employees. They need to start cleaning up, their quote unquote integrity around their product supply. Don't be buying from, child labor companies, that don't be buying from slave labor companies. You know, Stop buying products that are poisonous for everybody. I could go on and on. And also, we're sending a message that we're not putting up with this inflation thing anymore. It's gotten way out of hand. So that's kind of the basis of why I know I got involved with it. What I will say is if you're going to participate in these things, you need to have kind of a long game thought process. And that is, we're not going to see like these companies change right away. We haven't seen them change right away. We started this in February. It's going to take some time, but I do believe these companies are really feeling the heat now. They know we're doing this. They know the numbers are not looking as good for them as they, always have. And so this is one of those things that persistence kind of wins the game. I also think this is partially being done as kind of a way for humanity to say, we're going to give you one more shot. You clean up your act, we'll come back. Otherwise, as kind of unrealistic as a lot of you guys might think this sounds, I do think we're going to have to turn around and create, new ways, new businesses, new ways of exchanging with each other, because we cannot keep going on the way we're going on. So that's kind of bottom line as why I've gotten involved. There is an even bigger idea around striking, that I've heard it for months, and I think there's starting to be more momentum built with this particular idea, but I'm not ready to talk about it because I do feel like I still need to understand it better. It's a big idea. It's got incredible potential, I think, to kind of really shift things, but it is one of those things that a very, very large part of humanity all over the world is going to have to come together and trust each other and really work together on this one. So stay tuned for that one. I do want to put that out there eventually. And but for now, these kind of smaller economic boycotts that are a little quieter, I think are a really good start towards changing this world and kind of taking our power back. So let me know if you have questions. You can leave them in the comment section. Also, if you're somebody that wants, you have spiritual stories or you have ideas for creating new systems in healthcare, finance, government, education, or some really good environmental practices, I'd love to hear about that. I'd love to have you possibly come on here. Email me at blowingsolutionswideopen@gmail.com. Also, please like, share, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more content or you have an interest in getting this kind of alternative information out to more people. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you on the next one. Take care.